Hello everybody, welcome to Front Row Racing. With me I've got Kanzo and coming to get ya. How well doing guys?
Very well, thank you, BLEEDINGSUNRISE. Looking forward to your race, the last one of the season for the WSR guys this evening. So looking forward to what they're going to bring our way and throw up as a storm or whatnot. But over to Conte, how you doing, fella?
I'm good. How are we all this evening?
Good.
Good.
So,
Yeah.
so guys, we got the last round of the season tonight, and well, it's a track which is still relatively new to the Formula One calendar, and I'm sure the drivers had to do some extra practice this week to prepare for the race tonight. Shall we have a look at the drivers? So, first up, we got Mercedes with Caribbean Crush, a really stellar driver who's getting banging in result after result. Scuderia Ferrari got Curly Wurly and Mesnet, two people who have been fighting for the win continuously over the last few races. Williams Racing, well, Trist Royalty and Drew, both are good drivers. Trist Royalty also competing for the win on multiple occasions, so we'll have a look on him tonight. In Red Bull Racing, we got Lord JB, Tyler, steady midfielders, and maybe they can see on this old track a really good result tonight. For Sahara Force India F1 team, we got no drivers tonight, and for Renault, we got Danny Railton. He got a few wins in at the latter part of the season, so maybe he can outdo himself tonight again. Scuderia Toro Rosso got no drivers tonight. For Sauber F1 team as well. McLaren Honda, we got the W Butler driver. I haven't seen too much to be honest, so we'll have a look on him. And finally in the Haas, we got Gonk, a steady midfield driver, and we'll have a look for him tonight. So guys, what are the expectations for the race?
Carnage. Carnage.
Yeah, I was going to say Carnage. It's not really a track known for rain, is it really? So I'd think it'd be a dry race,
Yeah.
but this game can throw a few surprises. So
Well, I think it's gonna happen. Someone is going to lose his front wing on pit exit.
yeah, that's pretty much a guarantee on this one.
Yep.
Someone, I'm going to say a few. But yeah, we're going over to the track now, so get ready. Compounds available this event are the Ultra Soft, Super Soft, and the Soft Compound. So from what we saw of last night, a few strategies can be thrown up in the air, so it'll be interesting to see what these guys deliver this evening. So, Conto, you got your event coming up next week. Put any practice in? What do you think of the track, and what would you be expecting in qualifying times-wise this evening?
Well, as for practice, I think I've done maybe about 30 minutes, but nothing really major yet, so I'm not really that quick yet. Quali times, probably, maybe we might see a 38 maybe, Carly Wiley, but we'll see what happens. Maybe 30, low, flat, mid, low, there. High 39s. Got myself mixed up there. But apart from that,
Yeah,
I think I'll be that.
I reckon about those times myself. But if anyone's struggling, the old legend himself, Front Row Racing VP, hit the track last night, and feel free to get some tips from him, guys. So, because he quietly went around his business, and pulled off the win.
So I heard. Got plenty
Good
of
race.
questions to ask him about that.
Yeah, I would, because I only got to see 11 laps and disconnection. See you later. So, yeah. Enjoyable race. What we got weather-wise, bleeding?
Yes, I just switched to the weather section, and as expected, as predicted, we've got a dry event throughout. It's cloudy tonight. Well, being in Abu Dhabi, it's still kind of warm, 29 degrees on the track and 23 degrees in the air. We've got a dry quali in the night, and we start out as well dry in the race with a bit of sunshine, but it's going to get colder quite quickly on the night.
Yeah, old interesting conditions, and well, it's what they like to call a twilight race, I believe. So we go from sunset into night time as it is, with the spotlights bringing down the driver's visibility. I just want to mention, while the drivers hit the track on their outlap, we will be seeing a few less competitors this evening than normal. We had 28 drivers potentially signed up for this event, so there were a few no-shows. So bearing in guys mind, if you're viewing today, feel free to come along, put your name down, find us on Facebook and come and give it a go and see what happens. So here we go guys, outlaps are coming in. I can see, what, 5 cars down the back straight, so here we go.
Oh yes, we're already getting a train. I think these guys might want to give themselves a bit more space to stretch their legs on their fearsome and fast run in their first try.
Yeah, I noticed that Tyler R is the first person is actually out in front on the super soft tyre. See how he gets on with them.
Yeah, driver to keep an eye on. He's a guy that's gone quietly about his business recently. So yeah, one guy to keep an eye on. But you know, I'm noticing a bit of a train here behind them guys. I'm wondering if someone's going to try and play the old slipstream train and sneak pole or sneak a quick lap timing.
So coming to get you, we're coming up to the first timed lap, and this being a track that we don't cover too much, would you like to show us around on the onboard of Tyler?
Thank you very much, Bleeding. I will. So as we come across the start line, we're going down to turn 1, guys. Slams on the brakes, throws it in. Bear in mind he's got a few cars behind him. Does a slight wobble on the exit there. Coming through turns 3 and 4, a section where you need a lot of downforce. Comfortable car to drive, takes it nicely. Coming to complete sector 1, we've done an 18.4. I don't know how that's going to compare to the driver behind, but taking lovely apexes here, lining himself up to the hairpin. Important to get an exit here, guys, and as I said in Mexico, nicely done there. Get the kettle on because we've got a little bit of a drag down here. DRS point coming up, so see what top speed he's got as we come down to a very, very important braking point of the tight chicane in between both DRS zones. Looking for down to rear mark. Nicely done. Beautifully touching the apex there, coming off, traction important. Ooh, a bit too much curve there, won't be happy with that exit, but as we come down to the second DRX point, this is where the track gets twisty, and this is where the driver's confidence comes into play, because you can be skimming some barriers at times. Slams on the brakes for the second time, nicely lined up. Ooh, bit of a slip there, but catches it nicely. So as we come round, he's done a 42.2, sector 2, how's that looking in comparison behind leading? As we come up to finish the lap.
Then I have to switch off the onboard, so maybe Kanto can...
Oh, sorry, Carnzo, yep, sorry, apologies there.
Well, I've seen Maznat's done an 18.0 in the first sector. Carly Worley's on a timed lap now as well. Mod GP's done a 43.0 in the second sector, but he's got a Renault pretty close behind him.
Okay, we've got Tyler coming around to finish his lap, so going to set provisional pole as we speak anyway. It's a 141.1 on the super soft compound. Bit of an edgy lap there, but looked pretty good from what we saw. So how's it firing up behind, guys? Because they were all nose to tail.
Twist Royalty just coming over the line now. 42.0 last second sector. 39.6 just done that. Pole position, ultra softs.
Alright, so just to let you guys know, I'm on board with Curly Whirly at the moment, who is on the second straight, going into sector 3 almost, having a really tight line onto the twisted section. He did a 18.2 on his sector 1 and a 41.9 on the sector 2. Is that any fast?
Sector 2, that's
18.2 is, yeah, but sector 1's 1/10 off, so he is looking to match as we speak, leading. Be interesting to see how he finishes his lap off.
Yes, going on under the hotel bridge, making a left turn, watching maybe watching the ships who lay down their anchors on this track, or maybe rather quite next to him. Going on to the final on the final corner and taking a 1.39 and taking second place with a 39.7 on the second sector.
Wow, that's just off 3/10 off.
Caribbean's just coming next to the car, next to Ferrari. I might have compromised his lap. Don't know which Ferrari it is though.
What's Curly?
Is it Curly Whirly? Yeah, he might have compromised his lap a little bit there.
Can you do 2 runs on the ultra soft in quali?
A brave man would, but I wouldn't myself. I don't know about Convoy.
You could maybe do a very slow lap to build them up, and then do a very fast second lap. But I wouldn't do 2 back-to-back laps. But see how the people get on.
Be interesting there. Interesting point you brought up though, Bleeding. I'll get to it as we go. Once we've got a quiet couple of minutes. You brought up the hotel there. Our question of the day is based around that structure at this track. So when we get there, I'll fire that your way. But yeah, guys, bear that in mind.
Great.
That's a nice transition.
That's got you guys thinking there, innit? So, yeah.
I'm thinking already.
So we got anyone else on a hot lap?
Yeah, we got Curly Whirly. He did a 17.9 on sector 1, a 41.5, a 9 on sector 2, coming under the bridge on the hotel. The last left-hander on the track, I think it will be faster than his first lap, so he might have been doing some bank. Oh, he pulls into the pits.
That's interesting. I'll update that for you because he went 3 tenths faster in sector 1, 4 tenths faster in sector 2. So it's showing he's got the pace. Maybe just something else for a later period.
Yeah, maybe it's just proven to us that he's got the pace. Got Caribbean crushing a lap now. He's just started. He's going through turn 3, I think now. See what his first sector is.
I just got in on his onboard when he started his lap, so that was pretty lucky. Did an 18.0 on
it's not bad.
1. It's not bad. It's not the fastest, but it's a really decent start of the lap. Coming onto the first long straight. And, he might as well make a cup of tea in the turn.
Well, it's all about the braking point for this one. It's usually about, if 100 metres you brake, then depending if you're on a wheel or pad, or if you've got full traction, medium traction, or no assists even. So it's different from every aspect. So
I'm not really experienced in driving with ABS, to be honest. Can you brake later with ABS?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Yeah, you definitely can. That's a good second sector from Caribbean.
Yeah,
good straight line speed there.
It took a lot of curb coming into the twisty stuff that might have gained him some time.
Yeah, this is the last section of the track. It's pretty difficult. Mostly third gear corners, third, fourth maybe, but that's where the downforce comes in. It's a bit of a mix on this track. You don't want to take all the downforce off. Well, that's invalidated lap.
Yeah, that much curb. I couldn't imagine that being a valid one.
Yeah, it's a shame for that.
Well guys, as we've got a quiet 5 minutes, I've just had a scout round and everybody seems to be lining up their second run, so Leading, if you want to have a little flick and combo yourself. I'll fire question of the day out there for you guys right now. The Yas Hotel gives a beautiful lighting show, but how many lighting panels are there on the hotel itself?
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'll just repeat that quickly before we get these guys lining up. The Yas Hotel gives beautiful lighting show, but how many lighting panels are there on the hotel itself? So if you want to get your answers in on YouTube, and I'm going to wait for my commentators in the box with me today to give their answer. And yeah, other than that, fire your answers in guys, and who are we following now, Bleeding?
I'm on board with Twist Royalty at the moment, but he is taking his outlap pretty cautiously to set it up. As we have a look on the beautiful hotel.
That's what I'm waiting for. I look at the hotel so I can count how many lights there was on.
Oh yeah. So Twist, can you drive a bit slower so I can count the lights?
Definitely be helpful.
Yeah. Probably.
You never know, guys. The drivers might be doing it themselves just in case they get on the podium. Quick, have a look on my outlap. Hey, just an update for you guys. I've got Curly Whirly out on track now on the Super Soft, so I'll keep you informed on his progress because he's just coming to line up his lap behind Twist. So.
Yeah, I'm on board with Tyler R at the moment. He must be the first one out again, so he's on Ultra Softs this time. 41.8 second sector, 18.1 first. It's looking like maybe a personal best, maybe. I don't know if it actually is or not.
Alright, so yeah, have a look on it.
Yeah, it looks a personal best actually, yeah. Coming to the last corner now. This is such a annoying one. You don't want to be too early in the throttle. Yeah, he was a bit there. 40.3. Definitely improves.
Wow, that's good touch there. I'm just going to give you a quick update on Curly. As I said, he's on the Super Softs. First sector, he's on, gone and done a 17.8. That is purple as we speak, looking at the timing screens. So, Bleeding, I don't know if you want to see how he progresses with his lap, unless you're following someone else.
Yeah,
but he's into the middle section of the DRS straights.
I'm on Twist Royalty and he is coming onto the twisty bit right now, so we can have a transition. He backs off his lap, so I'll go to Curly Whirly now. Yeah.
Okay, hopefully he does see Curly coming and jumps out the way. It's a 41.1. Yes. Wow, he's flying. That's purple by 7 or 8 tenths there, alone in the sector. But he's coming up to Twist as we speak. Hopefully Twist now gets out the way anytime soon, Sunshine. Fair play, maybe giving him a little bit of a tow. Who knows? So, Bleeding, as we enter the final sector, very tricky, very tight. What's he going to deliver?
He is going, I don't know what he's doing, but he is delivering it right now. He is putting in some stellar sectors and, well, it must be, and it's even on super soft, you know.
That's the impressive thing. I mean, coming around the last corner, what's he going to do? It's like that, it's a 38, it's a 38.4. Now wow. That's impressive. So, there you go, guys. I think that's the guideline of what we're going to be expecting. Potential pole. I might actually say right now, that's pole.
Alright, with 5.5 minutes to go, I will have a look on the current timing screen to see what's what. And looking at it now, Curly Whirly in a really comfy chair at the moment with 1.2 seconds in front of P2 on his super soft. Just royalty after that, and then the timing goes on and on. So, yeah, good work from Curly Whirly. So guys,
yeah,
can you have a look who is coming on to a bit of fast driving?
Lord JB's coming to end his lap now on the super softs. He's on. It'd be interesting tyre to start the race on if he chooses to. As you know, they'll go longer than the ultra softs. A better race tyre, but we'll find out. Go up to the line now, and a good exit there. 41.7 was his time there. Was P8.
Nice there. Caribbean Crush, he's gone quietly under the radar, guys. He's done a 17.8 himself. This time round, he's on the ultra soft compound compared to Curly Super Soft. Just gone through sector 2. It's a 41.2. He's actually just about half a tenth, well not even, yeah, about half a tenth of his time there. So this might be showing something, possible conditions, but is the super soft tyre the superior tyre, even though the ultra soft gives off the grip? We're just about to find out through the sector where the ultra soft should be the better compound no matter what. Right up to the penultimate corner now, Caribbean Crush, apex nicely, beautiful exit, lining it up, taking his, keeping a wide line there, sorry, riding the curves, missing the exit curve and straight into the car up. It's a 38.1, that's pole. Okay, I take my words back, guys. What do you think of that?
It was
yeah, it was a good lap. Yeah, really good lap. Last sector is what really did it. He was 3 tenths quicker than Curly Whirly in the super softs, so first 2 sectors were pretty even between them.
Yeah, looking like a good battle to keep an eye on in the race. Hopefully, this is one thing I will say, Caribbean Crush hasn't had the best of luck, so hopefully we finally get to see these guys go toe to toe in the final round.
Yeah, definitely be good to see. They're definitely quick drivers. They both stepped up to the World Series, put it in pole maybe a few times, you know, so we'll see how they get on.
Definitely one to keep an eye on there. So, Bleeding,
yeah,
is it gone a bit quiet on track, or?
Yeah,
I've got Lord JB in the wolf, sorry there to interrupt. He's tried to go in the pits and he's the first guy I've seen keep his front wing and hit the tyre wall on the entry to the pit. So, impressive stuff there by the Red Bull. Looks like you've got a solid car underneath you, Bleeding. So, who are you following? Sorry.
Yeah, I was going on board with Mesnet. I think he's the first one going on to a flyer in his bright shiny red Ferrari going on the end of sector 3. So he'll be getting a push on right now. even trying it on his super soft. Might not be the best idea for quali, but he will set himself up quite nicely for the race. I mean, if we remember USA, we know he's a really fast driver and capable of delivering some awesome fights.
He is indeed. He's done an 18-1. He's definitely capable of delivering fights. We've seen it from him here and there. So he's what I'd say is a dark horse to keep an eye on for today. So yeah, definitely well worth a watch. I think we've got a lot of drivers lining themselves up for their final run. So it's a case of spot the runner and see who gets pole.
Yeah, we might have a busy 2 minutes after the finish line.
Just a little bit. So who are you following currently? Is it still Masnat leading?
Yeah, still Masnat. We're on board on this fly. We're going on to the twisty stuff right now. Is sector 2 was a 42.0. Is that any fast? Or anything?
It's kind of average. I mean, that might be showing that down the straights we've got a couple of drivers trimming aero, and this man's going for the twisted section, so see what he follows up at the end. He is on the super softs, might be going for a second run, maybe just feeling his way in at the moment, so well worth following it up.
Yeah, he needs to get a move on this sector then, in order for him to make his setup work for the race.
Really slamming into that final corner there. That may have compromised him a little bit. He's improved to 6th, so a position there. May have to continue for a second flying lap there. Oh, he's round wide, so that might be Masnat's qualifying over there.
So I'm now jumping on board with Gonk. He is flying into sector 3. That is 17.9 on sector 1, a 41.8 on sector 2. So have a look what he is doing on his super fast ultra soft tires. Coming into the
He's a couple of attempts up there bleeding, so it's looking good.
It pushed me off. Unfortunately, it got me off his car, but now we're on board with Chris Royalty going on finish his lap, still in 3rd. So well done to him.
Yeah, quick bit of update for you. It was an invalid lap
Tyler,
time.
hang on, sorry to interrupt. Tyler is in the wall there. Just grazed the wall, and that's his lap over.
I think some drivers might be pushing a bit too hard now in the closing stages.
Yeah, I'm on board with Drew. He's currently 4 seconds off the lead. I'm sure it's not representative of his actual pace, so he needs to get a shift on me right now and clinch it at the finish line.
Yeah, he looks like he's attacking it. Oh, runs wide. And maybe abandoning that lap to do that. So Drew was the last guy on the flying lap there, I believe. So I believe that's qualifying done.
Yep, that's definitely over. Yeah, he's on a cool down lap. And he's got the fuel light blinking at him as well, so yeah, I wouldn't think he'd be putting the time in.
No, he's not going to improve his time with going into the pit strike.
So, although there were a few drivers, a few quick and impressive lap times, I must say, especially by Curly Whirly and then Caribbean Crush up the front. What do you make of that? And finally, we get the showdown we've been waiting for.
Ooh, yeah, I'm really looking forward to the showdown between Caribbean Crush and Curly Whirly. I mean, Caribbean Crush needs to make way in the race and extend a bit of a gap to Curly Whirly to make most of his ultra soft tires. I mean, it's pretty difficult to do with these long straights and DRS at the disposal of Curly Whirly, so that's going to be interesting stuff.
Yeah, it is. So quickly with the grid, we've got Caribbean Crush on pole, Curly Whirly 2nd, Twist 3rd, Gonk 4th, Tyler 5th, Masnat 6th, Will Butler 7th, Danny Rowton 8th, and I may have missed a couple of drivers on there. Bear with me, guys. I shall get that information shortly.
I'll just quickly mention there, P3 looks like it'll be quite an interesting battle this race. There's at least 5 drivers within about 0.5 of a second, so pretty similar pace, so you can look out for that in the race as well.
Ooh, you do indeed. Bleeding, what are we looking at strategy-wise, and or do you want me to go through that?
So, according to my PlayStation, if you didn't do quali, then you can do a two-stopper with super softs and soft tires. But I think that will be a bit of a stretch. But let's see. So right now I will retire my car to be able to be back in time for the
Okay, our system checks are good. We need to stay in formation and start bringing the car up to temperature, please. Get some load into the tyres and work the brakes. We want them nice and warm by the end of the lap.
That would
Quit
be
to- oh,
not
quit
work
to- yeah.
tyre, quit,
yeah.
and then rejoin.
Yeah.
No worries. So, Gonzo, while we wait for Bleeding.
Got Butler, Danny Railton and Lord GB in Ultra Softs, and Drew on Super Softs, and I think that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yep, that would be us guys following it up, and we won't be participating in today's event, although numbers would be nice if we could have, but no, we will be the commentary team as much as you want to get your hands in there and rub it in your brother's face, old concept.
We'll get to that story later on.
That's wonder.
No, he's on his phone.
So, yep, that's what I was just about to. So, Konzo having a bit of a funny moment with him there, but it's a funny story, guys. Stay tuned, we'll get there. Anyway, Bleeding, are you back with us and are you on board?
Yeah, I'm on board with Curly and well, the main guys on track. So they're warming up their tires, making sure every temperature is in them to have maximum grip to attack turn one.
Yeah, not a very long run down here. It's short, swinging, tight, twisty, fast first sector, followed by a long straight. Interesting to see the battles unfold. The one I'm dying to see is, can Curly Willy get away from the man Caribbean Crush, who's finally on his gearbox at the start of an event? So, Bleeding, I believe we're pulling up on grid.
Yes. So
10 cars ready to go.
yeah, I'm
Over to you.
Yes. We go back to Caribbean Crush to see the start of the race. It's 4 lights, 3 lights, 2 lights, 1 light, and we're going off. Or not. Yeah, we're going onto turn 1. That's a good start from First Royalty. He's pushing onto the mid of the track, and there's a bit of a crash. Curly Whirly. Oh, there's a massive pile up on turn 1. I got a bit out of didn't really see most of it, but a lot of cars had a crash on turn 1, and we must have a look who is still driving. So Caribbean Crush still in turn 1. Still in P1.
Sorry to interrupt. It was Curly Whirly is out the race and Twist Royalty.
That's a big blow to the race. So we got Caribbean Crush on P1, Mesnet on P2. We got Juve, Danny Railton, Gong, Tyler. JB is still driving. Yeah.
Yep, as you can see, Will Butler's just left the session. That might be to rage for a drive through all the possible pile-up. He picked up a stop there as well, so that might be important timing.
Yeah, well, it's a really eventful start to the race. Too bad a few guys had to leave us quite early on.
I mean, did you catch it, Bleeding?
Yeah, I got like half of it because the camera was following the leader, and he did alright to avoid the mayhem, but then it kind of reminded me like Spa in '98.
Ooh, that's a big crash.
Like that.
So, yeah. Wow, it's unfortunate. It's another one of those things. We had it last time out in Brazil, and maybe it's just guys a bit eager, who knows, final round. So we've got Gonk into the pits as we speak, possible may have picked up some damage there from the incident, or who knows, so I'll stay on board and find out. But one of those things, so unfortunate, we finally get the 2 on the front row bleeding, and it's ended with incident.
Yeah, it was a really interesting start. I mean, the 2 guys in front, they pulled out at a kind of at the same pace, but then Trust Royalty had an amazing start, and he just sandwiched himself in between P1 and P2, and they ran out of track basically, and just ran into each other.
Very unfortunate, very unfortunate. What have you got your eyes on at the moment, Bonzo?
Well, I'm just looking at the race directive quickly to see what actually happened at turn 1, but it seems so. Well, the jump start from Butler is obviously you can see there as well, but I've just looked at it. It was Gonk has apparently had a collision with Curly Wurly, and that maybe could be why he's got terminal damage. I don't know how Twist Royalty's got terminal damage. Maybe he crashed into the back of Curly Wurly. Maybe that's just assumption, so because I didn't see what happened.
That's one of the things Dave Matters really need to sort out. Hopefully they do. But currently, don't know who Bleeding's on board with, but I'm following Drew, and he's got a Renault for company in the likes of Danny Railton. So close cars on track.
Yeah, so
be interesting to different compounds.
Yeah, 2 minds who think together. I was on board with the Renault you just spoke of, so we'll have a look if Danny Railton can attack the Williams of Drew. Well, crashed at a positive lap time, I think. That's all in the back of my eye.
Yeah, so as they come through, and sector 1, intro. Danny Railton's dropped off a little bit there, but who knows, this is the problem with the old Ultra Softs. How long do they last around here before they say goodbye, and you're hanging on to the rear end until you get a set of supers on or another fresh set of boots? But I don't think he's quite close enough here. Maybe this is the process already kicking in, so be interesting strategies, because yesterday that Drew's gone really defensive, so maybe Danny Railton's got some straight line speed we don't know about, but as we saw from strategies in the WCR yesterday, any strategies open, you could see a 1 stop, a 2, a 3, some even a 4. I believe that was 10th tier himself and a couple of others, but who knows?
I can't be fast a 4 stop, surely.
He can do a 4 stop next week. I'm fine with it.
I bet you are. Yeah. So would a few others. But no, I kid you not, we saw all sorts of numbers, so, but then again, it's just a test session for some of the WC drivers, so you don't know what they're doing, etc. But yeah, Danny Railton looks like he's starting to squeeze up on the gearbox.
Oh yeah, and
I've noticed something as well. There's been quite a few drivers on the soft tyre. They've pitted. Tyler R, Gonk, and Lord GP are all on the softs, and Tyler R and Gonk are pretty close to each other as well. Oh no, they're actually going for an overtake actually, sorry. Going into tar, the very slow chicane, don't know what turn it is though. But Gonk's actually got past.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lovely, always happens. It's the overtake, catching the last second, that's all we can do. So. But Danny Railton, on the info from back there, is getting closer now through sector 1, so this is probably the chance to go for an overtake. But just an update, he's actually got his pit light on now on his dash, so you may see him in the flat and push for the undercut.
Well, and just in case, he just takes every bit of track he can. I saw him do a corner cut that I don't think his engineer will be too happy about it. But you know, Drew feels the heat of the little yellow Renault, because he is going swerving left to right to break any slipstream that Danny Railton might have, and he kind of needs to. I mean, Danny Railton has DRS, so he's well, he should gain quite a bit.
He should. I'm on board. I don't know what the Williams has got error-wise, but Danny Railton just has not got it at the moment. But I think the defensive driving's really doing him some justice here, old Drew, because he's making old Danny Railton behind work for it. So he's breaking the slipstream and holding on. Because, as you can see, nearly right up the rear of Drew there, and it seems that Danny Railton's got the air on the car for this twist last tight section.
Oh yes, it's it's cracking stuff to see how this fight is going on, and if Danny Railton is going into the pits right now, are these tires cracking enough?
Very good point there. Yep, he's in.
And
but
to make things more interesting, does he lose his front wing on the pit exit?
You to bring that up. I'm just wondering what you're following on those.
Currently I'm following actually Masnat right just now, and he's actually taken 3/10 out of Carly Worley that lap on the super soft tyres, so maybe his ultra softs are going off quite a bit now. So that's an interesting one.
Yeah, that is interesting. I've got Gonk under severe pressure here from Tyler going down into turn 1. Interesting info for you here. I've got a Renault coming out the pits as well. This is going to get very, very tight as
Danny Railton.
Danny Railton just comes out in front. Good stuff there on another set of ultras. Yeah, the Red Bull Tyler on the soft compound now harassing the ultras. So yeah, might be time for Gonk to say get them off and sort out, because the Red Bull looks like it's coming past.
They're both on the softs. I think they pitted maybe a lap apart from each other.
Ooh, okay. My bad. I shot a picture on the screen. I've got one car on ultra, so okay, that explains that.
Well, but not your fault there. Let's say. Oh, there's a big attack going from Tyler. He crosses to his inside, and he doesn't give any chance to the little Haas to do anything about it.
But here comes that Haas. BRS swap round now. This is what I like to see. Makes great wheel-to-wheel action. Has he got it done? Red Bull still on the inside. Ooh, bit of a squeeze that, but I'd see that fair as fair. That's Gonk getting back, son.
That's Carabine into the pits as well, and he's on another set of super soft tyres. Be interested to see what Masnat does now.
Whoa! There's a Haas spin. He put his nose on the inside of Tyler, and well, Tyler just turned in. I didn't really get an angle to see if Tyler was entitled to his line, but I'm really unfortunate for the Haas.
Ooh, okay there. You've got a bit of an update. We'll tell you in a second, but Caribbean Crush, just an update. Come out of the pit, super soft compound, as Conzo said. 16 seconds off the lead currently, so interesting there. But we just had word in our replay, bit of an incident where there was a slight corner cut, but an unfortunate thing, one of those things. Just remember, guys, a bit more room in future. Go for a move, be a bit more cautious. So moving on, what have we got bleeding?
I'm currently following Caribbean Crush, who just came out of the pits, but guys, can you see if there are any guys close to each other? Are there any gaps shrinking at a fast pace?
I can't really see much at the moment. They're all kind of spread out pretty evenly. Various people pitting and stuff like that.
I'd say that as well. It seems the field's nicely spread. Other than that, it's a case of wait to see what the leader does out in front and come out in comparison to Caribbean Crush, because he seems to be the man on the move who, is catching up a car. Yep. So Caribbean Crush, how quickly can he get past Drew?
I think rather quickly on his super duper fresh tires. Well, even visually he just looks kind of a lot quicker. Visually he looks a lot quicker. My son can play a backflip.
That is for sure. So, sorry guys, just jumped on with Tyler there. I think he's having a few moments. He's off track here and there. So yeah. So over to Bleeding.
I have to cut you off. Caribbean Crush just attacking, and attacking. They come together, and Drew just threw his hand up in anger to what Caribbean Crush is doing. I think Charlie is going to have a word with him after the race about that move.
Was it Vettel angry?
Yeah.
a bit of a swerve there by Caribbean Crush. I don't know if that's to say sorry, but yeah, that was a bit of the elbows are out. I think they were just a touch too far out, but hey, both cars are going. That's the main thing.
Yeah, if they don't get any damage from each other, then it was a good fight.
Exactly. So, would you like me to run through the order currently as we've got all cars spread out bleeding?
Yes.
sure thing. Right, currently in the lead. One of the cars not to stop is our man Maznat. He's currently still on the super soft compound, still going. Caribbean Crush. We just saw the updated position change in second on a new set of super softs, followed by Drew, the next no stopper at the moment. In third, running through the order from here, we've got Danny Railton in fourth on ultras, Tyler in fifth on softs, Gonk in sixth on softs, Lord JB in seventh on softs, and then from that, those are our only runners at present because we've had a couple of DNFs from Curly Will, etc. So, yeah, interesting tyre compound with only one man chancing another set of ultras.
So we got Maznat still driving on his tyres. Would you reckon he's doing a stop less than the guys who are following him?
I would assume he would doing a stop less because, well, he's losing a lot of time at the moment, and Caribbean Crush is only 10 seconds behind him now. So because he's got clear traffic, there's no room, there's no people holding him up, and you might catch him up pretty quickly.
Yeah, and a few laps ago when Caribbean Crush just came out of the pits, it was 16 seconds, then a lap later it was 14 and a half, and even with the fight with the Williams, he just gained on Maznat, so well, they will come together quite quickly, I assume.
They will indeed. I've just give you an update on lap time so you've got an idea of how quick Caribbean Crush is on the move. Maznat's lap times are dropping off, it seems 3 or 4 tenths every lap, so it's showing how important a fresh set of tyres are. Last lap, 145.4. Caribbean Crush, 143.4. Exactly 2 seconds a lap faster at present.
That's a lot of time to be gained. So he'll be on his gearbox in 5 laps time if the tires of Maznat can hold on to another 5 laps.
Yeah, so interesting to see how far he goes. You never know, might throw in a surprise, stir the pot, and right, one stop here. We are on lap 8, and he's still going. He's still going. Just passing the Sauber lap car. There goes the car. So I can see Caribbean in the Crush in the background now, though. So yeah, I think we're going to see the old missile come out, and he's going to be homing in very, very quickly.
Oh yeah, I mean a lap ago it was 10 seconds, and now it's 8.1.
Yeah, just an update. We got Drew in the bits. He's had enough of his super soft, so yeah, lap 9, Drew's in 2-stop territory, going on a set of softs. Interesting to see where he feeds out because he was battling with Danny Railton, who's just gone past the undercut complete. That might be why he went for another set of ultras there, guys. So Danny Railton up in third. Drew down to oh, just seen Tyler's flying pit exit, and Drew's just come out behind Tyler there. So yeah, 2 cars on a soft compound. This could get a bit spicy as we enter the DRS straight if Drew can get those tires up to temperature.
Well, we'll have a look what happens. I mean, the gap is like what, half a second?
Yeah, about that 3-4 car lengths. They're just coming out. Drew's had a bit of a so-so exit there. Got the DRS open now. He has got good straight line speed. We know that, so he's going to close right in up on him. So Drew coming out on the pressure compound. If he gets held here, it could be an interesting battle, but gets the job done quickly. Could find himself in a good fight for the lead later on.
It's just a button there, guys. I think Maznat's got to pit. He's Caribbean Crush is almost 5 seconds behind him now. Oh, and there he is. There we go. Pit lane. Sent on the pit lane. There you go. Let's see what tyres he goes on.
So you have a look on it. I will stay with Tyler, see what happens in that fight. Keep us posted.
Okay, Caribbean Crush is on the soft tyres, the yellow nut tyres. So we're going not Caribbean Crush, Maznat.
Would you guys reckon that he can stretch that set out to the end of the race? Could we do like 19 laps on it?
Well, well, it's not impossible, but this track's like, well, several races ago, we're going back now, like Singapore, like, you know, when you put on, like, you have a very worn set of tyres, like, the laps are like 3 seconds off the pace and what it would be. It seems to be kind of like this track as well, so you might be better to put a set of ultras towards the end and see what you can do.
Interesting how it unfolds between 2 drivers. I mean, you could be right there because he is only currently 12.5 seconds behind Caribbean Crush on fresher tyres but harder compound, so well worth keeping an eye on that as that unfolds. How's the battle hotting up back there, Bleeding? Have you got anything looking like a move? Or?
Yeah, a bit of an anticlimax. The battle is not really heating up that much. Drew is on the steady gap towards the Renault of Tyler, so I mean, it looks like they're both pushing on the last turn of the last lap. The Red Bull went very sideways, and the Williams got really wide. So they're really feisty to each other, but fighting plus fighting equals nothing. So it shows somehow, but we'll have a look what happens.
Good stuff there. Just having a look through the field, so nothing else really kicking off as far as I can see.
It's a bit of a lull at the moment, to be honest, but I think if anybody we're going to watch is probably Drew. He's close to that Red Bull, and Gonk isn't too far behind either.
Okay, so I'll give another shout out for question of the days, guys, if that's okay, and shout at me if anything kicks off there, mine, because I'm on board with JP.
I'll grab a pen and paper and make some calculations.
I'm going to might take a photo on my phone, try and count the lights.
Yeah, I've just thought, sorry guys, Danny Relton coming out the pits on a set of softs. He is currently up there, re-entering the track in 6th, so that's interesting there from Intel. He will be, well, I believe about 10 seconds behind comp, so interesting to see how that unfolds. But yeah, if there's nothing going on, guys, quick shout out question of the day.
Yes.
Okay then, so the Yaz Hotel, it lights the place up. You can't miss the hotel, guys. Here's question of the day. The Yaz Hotel gives a beautiful lighting show, but how many lighting panels are there on the hotel itself to create the effect? So yeah, the Yaz Hotel gives a beautiful lighting show, but how many lighting panels are there on the hotel itself? Get your answers in on YouTube, guys. Feel free to message Front Row Racing, the drivers themselves, and we'll reveal the answers to the question of the day towards the end of the show.
Right, and maybe a bit for myself, a bit of a clarification on panels. Are you talking how many light bulbs there are in, so to speak, or rooftop light bulbs?
Nope, purely the panels.
Okay.
So guys, have you got any guesses far away where the race is a bit quiet at the moment, or do you need more time to think or a few more laps around?
I need a few laps.
Yeah, I think I agree.
So yeah, but question of the day, guys, fire your answers into the old YouTube channel, and how's the battle looking now, Bleeding? It's gone a bit quiet. Have we got any news, or?
We got news that there is no news. They're still
no news?
No, they're still at the same gap, to be honest. Drew went really wide. He is taking a lot of curves. I think his engineer is shouting to him that he doesn't need to get dismissed. Will get a penalty. But well, at this time around, he looks really close to the Red Bull in front of him. He gets DRS. He already goes out of the way to maybe get an overtake done, but he doesn't seem to have the straight line speed to get near him enough. And his traction is pretty decent, but I don't think his run till the next corner is long enough. Well, he does pull out to the left side, but yeah, he thinks the better of it to not do it and wait for another go. I mean, still got a few goes left to try it.
Yeah, so they coming through sector 3. Leave each other out to see how this progresses. I've just looked at the race director though, guys, and lap times, etc. Update for the lead, just where you're following this battle. Magnat on his soft compound tyres compared to Caribbean Crush's Super Softs is managing to match him lap for lap. A little bit off last lap, but it could be interesting if he doesn't pull out the extra stop, as Conzo said earlier, for a set of ultras. This could get a bit up and down towards the end, so that might be one to watch out for towards the end, Bleeding. Other than that, on board with Tyler, still look a bit close, not a lot moving.
Yeah, we're still close. Drew seems to catch up. Well, he's really catching up right now. He is on the gearbox of the Renault of Tyler, and he smells P3. He smells the podium. It's driving in front of him. I'm sure he wants to pass it. They're getting onto the longest straight we have on this track. He is putting his nose on the gearbox of Tyler. He makes a bit of an overtake, trying to apply a bit of pressure, but it's not really an attack to make it stick.
Yes, half-hearted. Maybe coming up now though, looking down the inside. Very late. Slight on the 18. Ooh, was that contact?
Yeah,
tight spot off gone. There we go. Line of stern again. That was possibly a touch rude there, but as I say, both cars are still going. This is the reserve event. So in a minute we'll tell you where you can find us on Facebook, guys, but this might get a bit heated now, Bleeding. What would you be thinking being in Drew's shoes? I mean, I'd be getting the elbows out, sternum proper now.
Well, to be fair, it was a pretty hard overtake to do. I mean, Drew was like to the most left of the track that he could possibly be, so he had basically set his car to a complete stop to make the corner, and I think he is allowed to give a bit less room to the other drivers, so he has a bit more space for himself.
Very true, but here we go again.
We've got a few pit stops here. Gonks in the pits, super softs, and Lord UB's in as well. Getting really soft tyres and put on another set of super softs.
Alright, keep an eye on that to see if there are any battles kicking off. Also, if you can, try to have a bit of a look at the gaps involving in the front.
Yeah, I've been currently following that leading just to keep you posted as you requested. It's holding around 13 seconds now. It's around 13.4. Possible changeover with the transaction of tyre wear. Kick it in now, so yeah, I will keep the information coming as these two squabble about their pit stops a bit later.
Alright, and just to remember ourselves, so what tyres are they currently on?
That would be Caribbean Crush currently in the lead on lap 15, Super Soft Compound, Maznat behind, it's now 13.2 on the Soft Compound. I will let you know how many laps they've been on those shortly.
Well, we may have a battle on our hands. Drew and Tyler are the P3 very close together.
Yes, we've been following that battle for quite some time.
Just to make sure you're on it.
Yeah, thank you very much for information.
There's been a bit of a lull, as we know.
Yeah. So Drew is getting ever so close to Tyler, and well, he can't get
it together, man.
Yeah, he can't get any more closer than this, or he would get physical with the Red Bull, and he nearly performs a dive on the left side of Tyler. Luckily for Tyler, he doesn't do it. So it's really important to get a good exit now. We are jumping on board with Drew to see what he is experiencing from the onboard of his car. DRS activated, and well, he doesn't gain too much. He's weaving, trying to get an attention from Tyler to make him uncomfortable. But yeah, he loses his car even. He needs to put his head down.
Sorry, Caribbean Crush into the pits.
This is the move we were waiting for. So you stick with them, leading effect. A little bit of an update on the lead, just about to jump in there. Yep, I can see why Caribbean Crush has reacted. Maznat was starting to catch him about 4/10 a lap, so he may be calling this spot on, taking no chances and just wrapping up a clean victory. But Maznat's just taking the lead. Let's see how quickly Caribbean Crush hunts him down and what Maznat goes from here on out.
would be lovely to see if Masman just puts on a set of ultras on the end and just catches him on the end with 5 seconds left.
That's what I'm thinking. He's probably better doing.
Yeah.
Gaps, was it 6 seconds now? It says there. Caribbean's going to be catching up pretty quick now because them softs are going to be feeling a bit terrible. So yeah, I think he would be better to put the ultras on and take the fight to him, see what happens.
Oh, yeah. And then you do have the tires to be able to fight. So again, going on to the end of sector 1, we got Drew attacking Mr. Tyler. Going to the left, to the right, and going left once again, going to the long straight. I think he's a bit closer now to Tyler than he's ever been to him. Just follow the back of the car, dude, and try to get in.
I noticed as well, sorry, sorry, I would say while Drew's struggling to get past, Danny Railton is catching him up quite quickly. I think he's only about maybe 2.5 seconds behind, maybe, something like that.
Yeah, took the words right out of my mouth there. As these guys are going on, I just noticed the Renault back there is slowly going about his business, so I think this is why Drew's in a hurry, and I believe he went for a move there, Bleeding.
Yeah, he went for a move, but he got to the inside of the corner so much that he basically stopped his car and didn't have any space, any pace anymore to keep his position. So he briefly won it, but lost it again quite quickly. Ooh, now the Red Bull goes a bit wide. Can Drew make anything of it? No, he can't. It's still a bit too. I was looking to the right. Oh, Drew makes an attack. No, he doesn't. We'll have another go. And then in the back we got Danny Wilson. Oh, there's Red Bull going in the pits. Yeah. He's trying to make an undercut for fresh tires and shake Drew off. And not lose too much time fighting him.
Update for the lead, Bleeding.
Yeah.
Caribbean Crush. 3.8. He's on the move. He's taken just over 2 seconds out of him, if not a little bit more. So yeah, this will be interesting to see. Maznat looking quite solid though on his tyres. He's not looking like a guy that's struggling. It just looks like the tyres just giving up. So, interesting.
That's Tyler R on the super softs coming out of the pits now. See what Gonk's got to do, because surely Gonk's got to react to what he's done. Not Gonk, sorry, Drew.
Yeah. Yeah, keep an eye on
she's got to react.
Currently I'm following Caribbean Crush, who took another 8/10 out of the lead on one sector, so he is raking in the distance to the Ferrari of Masnet.
Yeah, I mean, raking it in hand over fist. I'm on board with the guy in front, Maznat. No sign for the pit lane, so here we go, Bleeding. If you're on board with Caribbean Crush, I'll leave you to it and see how this unfolds, my man.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah, Drew and Danny Railton are pretty close together here. Drew's had a bit of an off at some point as well, going through sector 2. Yeah, I think Drew's going to be pitting here. He has to. He's going to lose too much time to Tyler R here.
Yeah, and then it's going to be interesting what the gap has done to him. I mean, Danny Railton is on the back of him, so I can't imagine it being too fast at the moment.
He's carried on. You might try and go a bit longer and see if you can put on ultra softs.
Yeah. Well, he needs to either pit now or stick it out, minimize the damage, and then rake it back in on the ultras. How's the gap at the front doing, guys?
Yep, I'm on board with Caribbean Crush as we speak. Just waiting for the second reading. He's reading in. It's 1.3. He's just come out of the DRS zones as we've just come through them. So this lap round, yep, they're going to be nose to tail over the start finish line unless Magnat hits. So yeah, I'll keep you updated as soon as he's out bleeding. If anything else is picking up your end.
Yeah.
Danny Railton and Drew, of course.
Yeah, I'm following Drew and Danny Railton at the moment. Danny Railton is getting a bit feisty and having his first looks on Drew, whose tires are, they look to go off. I mean, I can even see it on the screen. It's just, just sliding about for just a bit. Yeah, he needs to get a shift on the pit now, or yeah, stick it out?
Ooh. Well, it was nearly close. Danny Railton when nearly drove straight in the back on there. Notice as well, Tyler R is 10 seconds behind these two now, so a lot of time being lost right now.
Good stuff, guys. Gap update.
Yes.
6 tenths. DRS into play. We're coming up to the hairpin now, guys. Bleeding. I think we've got a lead change coming up. Doesn't try it into the hairpin, but here we go, Bleeding.
Yep.
Over to you.
I'm back with the leads. They're switching about their lines and getting feisty. Keep us also posted on the fight behind, but now not. We are going to Caribbean Crush. He is going attacking for the lead on the Ferrari. They brake late. They brake ever so late. They touch for just a bit, but Mesnet Kong hanging on the inside and lose the position to Caribbean Crush. Pretty clean fight. Well done to these drivers. How is Tyler doing?
Tyler's, I think he's ahead. Yeah, he's ahead of Danny Railton. Danny Railton actually overtook Drew around the outside going into the second last corner. So it was a very nice move, but he dove straight into the pits. So he's going to be the aggressor now. And Drew is still going around in them tyres. I don't know how he's managing it, but
there's some special people out there that manage to do it somehow. Danny Railton, now super softs. Gonzo's right, he's the aggressor. It's up to Drew and Co in front now. Either react now or you're going to find yourself a long way behind them.
And what the tyres did Drew go on to?
Drew's not pitted yet, but Danny Railton's on super softs. Yeah, sorry, I forgot that.
It happened.
Tyler's super softs. Well, what lap did he pit? Hang on, check what lap he's pitted. Pitted on lap 17, 16. You'll do well to get to the end on them. Tyler are in super softs, so at least he. As it should. Alright. Well, we'll see what unfolds in that one.
Well, Drew has continued on for another lap, so Danny Railton, I believe, is only about 15 seconds away now, so the undercut's there. What's Drew doing? 8 to go, plus the one they're on. Gonzo, one stop. Is it doable at a decent pace?
I think a one stop is doable. This depends what lap he pitted on to start with.
Interesting.
Lap 8 into 9. That's a long time.
Well, maybe
find out if he does it.
Yeah, maybe he's listening to the live stream and thinking, oh, Congo could be right, and I'll follow the strategy so if it's wrong.
Fair enough.
Joking. Bleeding, what are we following at present? Have we got anything unfolding?
I'm following the 2 lead cars at the moment to see if anyone makes a mistake. They're not too close next to each other, to be honest. Mesnet is currently 2.4 seconds behind the lead and he's losing. Does one of them need to pit till the end? I think so, but I can't be too sure.
Okay, well, while you're following that, the rest of the field seem quite spread out as Hondo and South have found. Giving an update with pit stops. So, Eden, would you like to tell any of the viewers where they can find us and what they need to do to apply for this WS event?
Lovely. So, if anyone is watching, this is you're watching Front Row Racing, a league racing community on the PlayStation 4. We got mainly for Formula 1. We did a bit of Project Cars, and currently tonight we're watching the Formula 1 World Series Reserves. So these are well, most of them are experienced drivers, but they're just racing each other to get experience and mainly to get attention from the guys from the top series. Maybe get a drive in there once the time comes. So the series stands for assists allowed racing. We also got the championship side of things where no assists are allowed, and when Tuesday evening. The main focus is for these guys is to challenge themselves. Oh, we got Masnet for the pits.
That's interesting. That'll be ultra softs. Then I've also got Tyler R, who's pretty close to Drew now. Drew's tyres must be screaming, "Get into the pits! Get them off!"
Interestingly, he went to super soft. I don't think he's got another set left somehow.
Could possibly be depending on the compound he selected before the race. So maybe he's ran out of them.
Yeah, could be.
But Tyler R, as Conor said,
I don't think there's much difference between the tyres. The main ones. We'll do well to catch up Caribbean Crush now.
Are there any fights we need to be looking
at?
Oh,
you may
Drew.
want to jump back. Tyler R, Drew swapping places now. Drew's continuing. I'd love to see the state of his tyres at present. But yeah, could he fight back? I don't know. But yeah, Tyler, that last sort of penultimate corner got Drew out of shape and then threw it up his inside into the final corner. Lovely little move there, no contact. And Drew, it's a case of can he hold on, stick there, or does he change of strategy? As Calzo's been saying all race, bring on the ultra softs. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that unfolds. But yeah, just to finish up on what Bleeding Sunrise was saying, yeah, this is the WSR. This is where you come along, give it a go, and this is the way into the WS, the World Series. Come and put your talents on show, see what you got, enjoy the event. You can find us on Front Row Racing, drop us a message, or talk to the drivers. There's another way. They can give you the ins and outs of what goes on in the Eos of WoW, which is a better insight.
I need to cut you off. Tyler's ghosting at the moment. He looked really slow. It might be a connection issue he's experiencing. The Williams tries to... Well, I think he's got speed back again, but we'll see what happens. Still ghosting, but...
I'm on board with Tyler. Yeah, he was like it was paused as if the AI took control, so I haven't seen him leave. I'm unsure what's going on there, but yeah, I believe
he's back driving again, yeah.
And we even got a Renault having a look at these two guys to have a look at.
Danny Railton's also quite close behind Drew as well. I think Drew's pitting in this lap. He has to. He's going to get a puncture if he doesn't. There he is. A bit too late though, I think, on that one. Unfortunately for him, he could have been looking at a podium if he went a bit earlier.
Yeah, slight bad judgment call there, but yeah.
Well, just stating the facts.
No, I was gonna incorporate it there, Conto. Don't worry. This is where you come along. It's the World Series Reserve, so yeah, this is where you learn. This is all you can do. Learn bits and bobs and tips. But drivers, yeah. Come and find us on Facebook. Drop us a message if you are interested in taking part in future events. Must let everybody know though, this is the last round, so bear with us. There will be a break for a transaction period as well, but we will be in touch if you do drop us a message.
Yes, and of course next season will be on the F1 2017 game, so it will be a level playing field for everyone trying to have a go. So everybody's new to the game, so that will also be interesting.
It will indeed. Just up at the front, let you know, Caribbean Crush comfortable at the moment. Maznat Supersoft's not able to attack the way he likes, so second and first seem to be sort of happy as we go, but yeah, you guys are probably watching it. Tyler, Danny Railton.
Yes.
How's this going to unfold?
Yeah, so Danny Railton, I think he's having a look. Don't know how much time he's got left to attack Drew at the moment. Yeah, the gap seems a bit steady in my eyes. I haven't seen the actual gap, but it looks that way on screen.
Would that be between Danny Railton and Tyler there, Bleeding Souls?
Yes.
Yeah, currently holding about the same. Maybe Danny Railton dropped off a couple of tenths there. Possible mistake, but yeah, it's holding about the same there. So lap 24, battle might unfold a bit as we go, but how'd you take the race, guys? Interesting? Little much?
Bit of a lull.
There have been interesting stuff. I mean, with the major collision we had on turn 1. Yeah, unfortunately we lost a lot of drivers, which induces a field which is more spread out than we normally have. I must say to anyone new watching, normally we don't have these turn 1 incidents. The racing is pretty clean, I must say, so it's pretty important to see it this time.
Sorry to interrupt here. Lord JB's trying to unlap himself from Caribbean Crush on the Ultra Soft, so he's going to be losing a bit of time here, Caribbean Crush. So maybe there's some hope after all for Masna.
You're right there, believe it or not. He just actually lost. I don't know how long the battle's been going on for, but last time I checked, it was around sort of just over 20 seconds. 19 now, it's 18.1. So.
Contact! I'm just muting my mic by accident. Oh wow, that's gonna be a. That's put the cat on the pigeons now. Do you think? Oh, it looked close. Oh, he's letting him pass. Hang on. Well, GB's just let Caribbean pass there. Maybe he thinks it was his fault for the contact. If there was any contact or not.
I think he had the car on the inside.
Yeah, Tyler and Danny, the gap's closed up. The Red Bull seems to be falling back out. The Renault seems to be the comfortable car. The RS range should be there. Here we go. Over to you, Bleeding.
Oh, here we go. We got a Renault and the Renault engine. Let's see what happens. No, they both just back out of it. Keep it safe one more time. If Danny Wilton has a good exit, he might have a chance right here. I will get to a suitable camera angle. Yeah, he does. Ooh, there's a bit of lag. But he somehow goes past. Yeah, he does. There's a switchback. The camera angles are not treating me as nicely as normal, but I'm back on board with Tyler, who must not be happy to lose his podium like that.
No, but apologies there, Bleeding. I did get it off board, and he had it done halfway down the straight. He just flew around outside and then switched back, like you said. So yeah, see how Tyler reacts here. Danny Routin looking hungry again. A guy we've seen on the podium a few times and up there and fighting. Tyler a bit wobbly in the background, but I think he's held on to that. Yep, just come around the corner. So yeah, interesting race. See how the podium drivers feel. Hopefully we'll get an insight to what actually happened on board in turn 1.
Oh yes, yeah, that would be interesting also to watch it back if some drivers choose to upload that footage on the Facebook page. I mean, it was really really interesting to see.
Yeah, half a glimpse for you, no glimpse for us, but yeah. Conzo, how's things? Vote without see anything, or are you following the same battle as we are?
Unfortunately, it's the same battle at the moment. I have been keeping an eye on Caribbean and Masnat gap. It's 11.8 seconds. It's come down quite a bit, but I don't think it'll come down enough.
Not enough laps. But I'll tell you what, Conzo, your theory behind the Ultrasofts, the way that gap's come down there, my lad, you might be right. It might have been doable.
Yeah, I know. No, it's just from what I've practiced on this track so far, so that's what I've noticed.
Well, you just give out a big tip there, mate.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have, yeah. And then looking back on it.
No,
Brian's not watching.
They've probably all got a pen and notepad out going, I'm that. But yeah. Anyway, it's all about the talent as well, not just about setup and strategy. But yeah, entering the last few laps now. Tyler seems to be holding station, and Danny Routin doesn't seem to be scampering off. So.
Oh yes. Yeah, I think their tyres are about the same levels of wear, maybe.
Possibly, yeah. Danny Routin may have just going at it and catching him up because he was a bit far behind. Maybe took a little bit out of him. So.
Yeah,
well, this is his 9th lap, Danny Railton, on these tyres. Tyler's been on them for a bit longer, 10. So Tyler's got Danny Railton's got the fresher tyres.
Yeah, and also, I mean, from watching this race, I saw a lot of guys taking some interesting lines on the apex of some corners, and I'm sure Charlie Whiting would not be happy about some of it. So we might see some position changes after start finish straight. Let's not talk about it too much yet. But, I mean, it's not a part of racing. Can you be fast? But also can you keep the stewards happy?
Exactly. So it's interesting as we go. But yep, that's right. But as we know, Bleeding, if the interesting lines come about next week, fellow drivers can see your footage, have a nose, and go, "You've been a naughty boy."
Yes.
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 Just give you a heads up though, Bleeding, we've got Caribbean Crush, lap 28, final lap, just coming up to finish sector 2.
Can have a look when he is pulling into the end of sector 3. Then I will switch to him, but at this moment the fight with Tyler and Danny Wilton is too awesome to neglect to see the Mercedes. We'll switch to Mercedes right in a second. But the DRS straight is long, and I'm sure Tyler wants to have his final go for the podium interview with us.
I bet he does indeed. But yeah, if nothing kicks off there, Bleeding, Caribbean Crush is now entering the final 3 corners.
Yes, I'm switching now to Caribbean Crush, going the final time through all the ships and all the glitter and glamour that he will be feasting on tonight. So well done to Caribbean Crush, he wins the race. We got Masnat going into his final lap. Well done to him, and we will speak to him soon. Then we switch on to Danny Wilton, who is still in front of Tyler. I don't think Tyler is any close enough to make a serious attempt. Yeah, I don't think he can make a dive bomb while the camera is watching my ghosting Sauber.
You can get some points this race.
Yeah, I've been doing other stuff already. No, so Danny Wilton has pulled a bit of a gap, so if Tyler wants to do anything, then there has to be some spectacular dive onto any corner, but I'll be surprised if he can pull anything off. So,
could go down to penalties in the end maybe as well. We'll find out, I suppose.
So we got third finishing right now. We got Drew as the final finisher of the race in P5. So well done.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
I lied.
Oh, I can't go. Oh, you already finished.
There you go, guys. A little bit of a switch.
Yeah. So that might have been why Tyler wasn't pushing too much.
Many warnings, many penalties.
Wow.
I'm back hearable now. Can I just remind you guys to take some screenshots of the result for us, please? Top and bottom half, but the viewers should be able to hear me now. And I'll just quickly mention, I do love it when I accidentally make somebody in the commentary box have a conversation all on their own.
Yep.
So apologies for that. Conzo was not gone
I'm not
mental.
used to that at all. It caught me out a little bit, actually.
Yeah. Interesting race, though. I'm going to mute my mic for a minute, but I am going to cut in a few moments.
Oh, thank you very much, DP. Yeah. So, bear with me a second, guys. I will just get the results and run through them quickly. In first, we had the Caribbean Crush. Great showing from himself. See what happens in a possible spot next week. Masnat again, a guy that seems to be delivering week in, well, fortnightly in, fortnightly out, sorry. Finishing second. Tyler, due to penalties in the end there, following the footage, jumps Danny Railton to the last spot on the podium. Well done, fella. So, going down the list from there, we had Danny Railton 4th, Drew 5th, Lord JB 6th, and then following up was the commentary team, and we had the DNFs of Curly Willy, Twist Royalty, and Will Butler listed as a DNF, but may have just left, but gone because of DNF as well. So those are the results from the WSR guys.
So are the drivers coming in at this moment?
Not yet. I'm going to send them an invite in just a quick moment. I was just wanted to quickly mention for the viewers, want to give out a quick apology. Usually the lobbies are much fuller than they were today. As I think coming to get you mentioned earlier on today, there's 28 drivers potentially signed up for today's event. Unfortunately, quite a few haven't attended, so not the best way to finish off the World Series Reserve season. However, we were lined up for a great fight. There was quite a bit of discussion on YouTube about the incident at the start, so it will be interesting to get Caribbean Crush's view on that. Although I have got a couple of questions from YouTube that I just need to give to my commentary team, and then I'll invite in the podium sitters. One question is what's question of the day? So you might want to fire that out just before the drivers do join us. And the other one is what's this interesting story regarding Konzo and his headset?
Well, Konzo, would you like to go first, or do you want me to fire out question of the day?
Go on then. Right. Go. What do you want the headset? Right, today anyway, well, basically my brother has been banned from the PlayStation. So yeah, no more practice for him. I've got his headset right now because my headset's broken. So yeah, all good.
That was the short version. You're gonna have to go and get a Vine from what were they called? I can't remember what it's called now. Been a very naughty boy. Calzo was a very naughty boy, and his mother took his PlayStation to work and then left it there overnight. So he's not got it till tomorrow. So just sorry, Calzo, I had to say it. Okay, we have got one of the drivers has joined us. I'll let you know when the others do.
Okay, I will just fire a question of the day out there quickly. So guys, the Yas Hotel gives a beautiful lighting show, but how many lighting panels are there on the hotel itself to make that effect? Have you two actually, you ain't given me an answer yet, you two have had plenty of time. And your thoughts? I mean, come on, have a guess, come on.
I'm going for 12,000.
12,000.
Okay. I'll go with 10.
So we got
10 panels.
10,000.
I'm glad you added the thousands.
Yeah. Quite impressive. It was 10 power and all that.
Now the interesting thing is, coming to get you actually hasn't been given the answer.
I'm not going to say that bit because then I don't have to answer.
So he needs to have a guess as well.
Let's have a wild guess. Well, we got a 12 and a 10. I'm going to say 4,000.
Oh, interesting.
Probably miles off mine, but you know, it's it's DP. You don't know what the answer's going to be.
Okay, just waiting on Tyler. I will send him another invite. I think it was Tyler that finished in 3rd place, wasn't it?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so I will send Tyler another invite, but if you want to crack on with the podium interviews, Caribbean and Mazna are here.
Okay, how you doing, Caribbean? All good, fella?
Yeah, I'm alright, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. I'm not going to start today. Konzo, do you want to fire in?
Oh, okay, interesting. Interesting race from yourself there. I think I've not got many questions, but only one really. What happened at turn 1?
Got off the line. Didn't expect 2 cars to be on my inside. I feel like I watched the thing over again. I left room. So I don't feel I was at fault for that incident.
Okay. as I couldn't see at the time anyway, so we had to listen to Bleeding Sunrise commentary on that one. But apart from that, interesting strategy in the race. Started on the ultra softs, I believe. Went a fair few laps. Were you worried about Mazna at all towards the end, maybe?
I thought he was going to do a one-stop. That was the only thing that worried me. But the rate at which I was catching him, I knew I'd probably have time to get past him anyway. So it's pretty comfortable.
Okay. That's me out of questions now.
Okay. Well, before Bleeding Sunrise likes to poke and prod, and he's seen bits and bobs, I'll fire just a question your way. It's in relation to qualifying. Curly Willy, Super Softs, yourself on the Ultras. Were you surprised at his pace?
I kind of expect him to be that fast anyway, so I wasn't really surprised.
Okay, he is a quick driver. You got to give credit where credit's due. But with the lineup on the front row of the grid, you two locked out the front row. Were you looking forward to the battle? Because I know I was, being your luck lately and not being on real track time with him. So were you looking forward to the battle ahead? And it's a shame the incident happened.
Yeah, of course. Last couple of races, I'd either been low down or he would be low down or something like that, which prevented us from fighting wheel to wheel. I was looking forward to it, but it's a shame that that incident occurred. So.
Yeah, but yeah, another little first corner incident, two on the bounce, but yeah, it's the last race, so people could be keen or whatnot. Unfortunately, I didn't see it, but good race from yourself again. Looking good. Hopefully, looking hopeful for a seat next week. Or any seats lined up? Or
Not sure.
not sure. Okay, no worries. Well, a performance like that would be nice to see you back on track next week. Hopefully, you get drive. But Bleeding Sunrise. Any questions?
I got one. At one point in the race, you were catching up to Masnad with, I think, 2 seconds a lap. How hard were you pushing at that point?
I was pushing quite hard. I knew that the tyres would last as long as I needed them to do the 2 stops. So I was catching him at 2 seconds a lap. Yeah, I was pushing quite hard, but I made sure I didn't make any mistakes whilst I was doing so as well.
No, and then at one point you caught up to him and you had a bit of a fight. How much risk do you want to take at that point when you get to the back of him?
I need to make sure I could get past him, because if I stayed behind him and he did a 1 stop, then I'd be in trouble. So.
And I just yeah. Oh, sorry. I interrupted you. Sorry.
It's alright. It's alright. I wasn't going to say much.
Right, and I just thought of another one. Near the end, you were in some sort of a battle with a lapped car, and then at one point you spun. What happened?
Yeah, side by side, and he turned in a bit too early and took me out. I'm lucky that he never took off my wheel on my front left.
Yeah.
I had enough of a lead because Maznat pitted, so I wasn't really that annoyed. But if he had caught up, I probably would have thrown my controller out the window.
All right. And yeah, was there contact?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. It wasn't too clear from our view because my camera angle was a bit low. So I was kind of curious to it. So well done. Well done with the win. Looked pretty good. Are there any questions? Oh no, we will do it later. Going to Masnet for P2. Guys, do we have any questions for Masnet?
Yeah, I do have a few questions for him. Yeah, had a good solid race again, wasn't it? Chose to start on the super soft tyres. What was your thinking behind that? Were you thinking 1 stop maybe?
Yeah, I was thinking 1 stop, but then later I was just gonna play it by ear during the race, but yeah, my tyre wear was too bad.
Yeah, I noticed that the lap times were going off towards the end there.
Yeah.
Until you pitted, but it was a good account from yourself anyway.
I think I was lucky with what happened at the start.
Yeah, what was your view at the start then? Did you see much?
Yeah, I saw the whole thing. From my Butler started from behind me, but I think he got a jump start because as soon as we took off, he was alongside me, and then once all the carnage happened, I just tried to not hit anyone and get through. So I'm not sure if he did jump the start, and I'm not sure if he caused any incidents, but I thought he might have had something to do with it, but I'm not 100% on that.
Yeah, I think, judging from what I heard from Bleeding Sunrise, it was a combination of views, a combination of stuff happening. So, anybody have questions?
Yeah, I'll jump in, if that's all right, please.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. As that, again, Mr. Consistent in my view. As you said, a bit of luck, unfortunate. How did you feel? Because it's a question on the strategy. You thought about the one stop, but then changed or whatnot. Noticed you went on to the supers. Was that planned, or was that a case of I've got no more ultras? This is all I've got.
No, I had ultras, and Caribbean's a lot quicker driver than me, so there was no chance that I was gonna catch him. So I just thought I'll just put the supers on and cruise to second place. There was no chance that I was going to catch him. He spun, and I was in a chat with JB as well, so I heard all that happen. But yeah, he'd passed me before I pit, so there was no plan on trying to catch him or anything. It was just more get to the finish line.
Mr. Consistent. That's what gets you points at the end of the race. No, good showing for yourself again. I mean, it's our last event of the WSR. You've put on a good showing in these closing stages of the season, so you're a name I wouldn't mind seeing next season. Following up, the driver, consistent as I said. But yeah, you hoping to get a drive in the final round, which this gentleman in the comms box, Konzo, is in a heated battle for the title.
Yeah, hopefully I get a drive. I don't know if there's any drivers out at the moment, or but yeah, we'll see.
If you get a message from Hindle with a payment, don't take it. Let them battle.
Since we've not done it all season, yeah.
I'll ask Konzo how much he's willing to give them.
I suppose.
I like that. But yeah,
Winner goes the highest bidder.
Well, interestingly, there is a couple of questions from YouTube I'd like to put to some of the drivers. One of them is at FRR. Tell Caribbean Crush Calzo may not be able to race next week, so a seat might be available. Depends if he gets his PS4 back. Question to Caribbean Crush though. Caribbean, who do you think will win the World Series title, Hindle or Konzo? No pressure. Konzo's only in the podium interviews right now.
Yep.
I don't know. There is a 8 points gap, I think. So, like Hindle is the favourite right now. Hopefully, I can get in the way of this championship battle tomorrow. I mean, next week. I don't really mind
racing the merrier.
Don't really mind who becomes the champion.
Yeah, okay. And just some information for everybody. Tyler, he says, sorry, he thought he was fourth, so he went downstairs, came back up, and he had no idea what position he finished. But also his microphone has broken. Wait and see if we get any comments from him. Let's see, did we have had a couple of other questions, but not relevant to tonight's race. Tyler's comments have just come in. He says, well, at the first corner I was trying to keep away from incidents until Twist went flying into my TV, making me lose my front wing. I then had to pit onto the soft, so Tyler was compromised there at the start. I wouldn't mind giving a quick shout out to Drew there, though. I mean, he was having a fantastic race, but Konzo, you mentioned it at the time. In hindsight, if he'd have pitted earlier and put the super softs on, he'd have probably been in that fight with Tyler towards the end, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I definitely think he would have if he pitted a few laps earlier, but that's just what this league is for. It's for people to learn like how to drive cleanly and not cut corners and race wheel to wheel with others, so
that is true. Okay, so coming to get you, I think it's time to give the drivers, the podium sitters, the question of the day, if you will.
Yep, just 2 seconds, DP. We forgot about our man Bleeding. Do you have any questions, Michael Man? You've been sitting there quietly, patiently. Any question for Madnats, or are you happy for questions?
Were you a bit scared when Caribbean Crush came onto you with 2 seconds left? Were you watching the gap getting little by little, or didn't you pay too much attention to it?
Yeah, I wasn't really paying too much attention to it because he was just pulling away from the beginning, and then when he eventually caught up to me, I tried to put a battle on because I'm not sure how much footage you guys got of battling, but it was pretty quick by the time he got past.
Yeah, we saw it on screen. We had time to monitor most battles, so it's a good fight that you put on. So thank you for that. I don't really have other questions, to be honest. So thank you.
No worries. Okay, guys. Maznat, Caribbean Crush, if you want to put your ears up for a second. Question of the day, guys. The Yas Hotel gives a beautiful lighting show, but how many lighting panels are there on the hotel? So, Caribbean Crush, Maznat, what's your answers? You've done 28 laps past it.
A lot.
Stunned.
that's how I felt.
5,000.
5,000. 5,000 from Maznat there. Caribbean Crush?
3,000.
3,000. Okay, time to put you guys out your misery. Lighting panels that give that great display. 5,389 lighting panels make up that display. So you can imagine how many light bulbs are in there.
A lot. There was one person as well that got very, very close to it. There was a lot of guesses on YouTube. We had 10,273, 13,972, 12,000, 10,000, 4,000, 4,444, 40,000 lights, someone said, 3,082, and then Mazna has just said 5,000, and we've had 3,000. However, Scott Rasmussen was the closest with 5,300. So he may have Googled it, but he may have just been a complete guess as well, but he was very, very close.
That's a Google. That's a Google. I don't care what anyone says. That's called Google written all over it.
It could be. It could well be. Okay, just before we do sign off, which we will be doing in a little bit of a moment, I'm going to put somebody on the spot a little bit because I'm sure, given the opportunity, quite a few drivers would do exactly the same thing. And that is, obviously, it's been mentioned a few times that this is the last round of the World Series Reserves, and the last round of the World Championship Reserves was hosted yesterday. There is obviously going to be a break now in the reserve events until F1 2017 comes along. It was talked about a little bit yesterday that Coming to Get You has applied and successfully been accepted.
Yeah.
You stay where you are, boy. Has been accepted as the admin for the Front Row Racing World Series Reserves going into the future. He'll have a new PSN name, which will get set up very, very soon. But there's a couple of questions that I just want to fire at Coming to Get You. He's had no pre-warning of this, so I've no idea what his answers are going to be. But Coming to Get You, I mean, looking forward into the World Series Reserves of next season, Is there any interest of turning it into more of a proper league event with points and standings?
Who asked that?
Me.
Oh, right, yeah. No. There is the potential. As you can see, at present, it's the WSR event. It's the stepping stage to getting into the WS. If, like we've announced throughout various events, we can get enough numbers consistently, it's a possibility. It would be stepping stones, but yeah, that is a possibility, DP. So whoever asked that, there's your answer. It's just baby steps as we go. Make sure we get it right.
Okay, so if that's the case, then there's possibility of points and stuff like that. Would you be potentially open to having guys pair up into teams and having a specific car and having a constructors standings with it? So basically emulating the World Series, but obviously it's the second tier of it.
It's a good way of looking at it because it then makes racing interesting throughout, because with only the one league format, it's a great way of introducing racing through reserves, etc. And it brings great racing. We've seen it this season and seasons before. But it's another aspect that can bring the entertainment side from the lower part of the league. So if you've got a relegation and a promotion battle, the racing is fully committed throughout, because obviously you don't want to go down, but you want to get up. So, yeah, but if it does happen, guys, bear with me, and it will be a process of eliminating factors and make sure it works for you.
That is true. Okay, there has been a question on YouTube that's just come in, and don't worry, coming to get you. I'll take this one for you. But I want to say well done. I proper dropped you on the spot there. Curly Whirly has asked. Curly Whirly has asked, if you had two tiers, how would you decide who drives where in each tier? So I'm going to take this one on. Right, from past season ends in Front Row Racing World Championship and World Series, effectively every one of the current drivers is potentially confirmed as having a seat available in the top tier for the next season. However, before this season started, there was a few rules put in place to open up seats if potentially people aren't competitive enough or don't attend enough and things like that. What I'll say at this point is, obviously they are rules that were put in place at the start of the season. However, it will be up to the new admins to either take on those rules and put them in place, or to sort it out in a new way. That is open to them to do. So effectively everybody in the World Series at the moment, they have the opportunity to confirm their seat, and then Front Row Racing has the opportunity of saying yes, okay, you're confirmed, or if attendance or ability is lacking a little bit, they have the opportunity of saying, look, I think you need to perhaps take a step down. And then obviously there's been a whole season of the Front Row Racing World Series reserves, of which I wanted to say Bleeding Sunrise and Coming to Get You have been involved in for a while now. So they have potentially a bit of input available to them as to drivers that they could perhaps say, right, well, this guy deserves a seat if one becomes available, whether that be for time served or whether that be on pace, ability or cleanliness. It could be on any of those. What I will say though is, obviously there's going to be a transition point from the end of this season. There's going to be a bit of a break for the admins as well, but there's going to be a transition point, so people are going to have to just be a little bit patient. So my final comment is going to be thank you very much to Konzo for joining us on commentary today, and if you're interested in getting involved in commentary for next season, check out the Front Row Racing Facebook page with a pinned post of volunteer roles that are available for people to apply for. But most of all, I want to take this quick moment to thank Bleeding Sunrise and Coming to Get You 85, who have been working together as a little bit of a team for a number of races now in the World Series reserves to help Bleeding Sunrise get up to speed. We're doing broadcasts and Coming to Get You up to speed on commentary as well. And I just want to say well done, guys. You've done a fantastic job with improvements all the way along. And it's been a pleasure to sit here and whisper in the background and make people talk to themselves.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. So, Bleeding Sunrise, over to you to close out the show.
Well, thank you very much for your kind words, DP. It's been a pleasure to do this commentary with Coming to Get You most often. It was for myself, a new experience to do such a thing. I didn't imagine to do this kind of stuff anyway for me. So thank you very much. Any words from Coming to Get You on this?
See you later, DP. Bugger off. No, I'm joking. I'm joking, guys. In all seriousness, you got although there's been announcements of the handovers and whatnot, you've got to thank people like DP, Front Row Racing GP, and there's more people behind the doors that you don't know about that have put a lot of effort in for this to be where it is. So, yeah, I mean, give those guys some thanks, even though they're handing it over. These are the guys that have made it happen along the way. So it's more thanks to them for giving us the chance to take Front Row Racing elsewhere. So, yeah, DP, it's been a pleasure working alongside you, and thanks for all the help.
Oh, shush, you're going to make me cry. You're welcome. I mean, I can probably speak for GP as well. You're welcome. But don't forget, folks, we're not completely done yet, because we've still got a couple of events next week. Do you want to tell us tell everybody what they are, guys?
Yes. So next week, people can watch the World Championship with Coming to Get You and myself, in fact, and we're going to battle it out to see. Well, the World Champion is confirmed, but we're going to see.
Bleeding.
Yeah.
Can I stop you 1 minute, my good man?
Yes.
Now, I need to ask DP a question because you've mentioned my name in the lineup. Now, DP, how did the seat fitting go in at Force India?
It was tight, mate. It was tight.
Little question for yourself now. I threw it out there about a month ago at Mexico, I believe. Are we going to see a return one last time for one competitive race with Front Row DP possibly heading the track with what he done yesterday?
You offer me the seat, I'll take it.
There we go, guys. Get your digs in before he goes. Don't put him in the wall, though. It is my car. It needs some points.
I'm going to pee in your seat. Actually, I better not. It's my seat in my living room. Right, let Bleeding Sunrise advertise the event next week.
There we go.
Thank you. So we're going to have a look on the World Championship. It's still to be decided which team is going to win the constructors. So it's Mercedes versus Red Bull. That's coming a long way. I think there are like 6 points in between, so anything can happen. So that's on Wednesday night. On Thursday night we got the World Series, and I heard as well today that they're still fighting for the championship. Hindel and Gonzo, I think.
Hindel and
Gonzo.
That's the one.
Yes. Thank you. So they were fighting it out on track next week on the Thursday, and that will be the end of the Front Row Racing for this season. That's my novel for tonight. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all again pretty soon. And 1 second, please.